It was fun last night with the picks being made with LeBron and the Greek Freak, but I like what Charles Barkley had to say. Because LeBron, who knows what his mindset is. He's being coy, and Giannis made a few picks there. And then here's Charles Barkley last night.
Well, actually, I think the best way to do this for Giannis to trade everybody on his bench for Anthony Davis. I think that'll be
We're good over
trade
here.
is approved. It's approved on this end.
Good stuff. And Charles Barkley joins us this morning. How much fun did you have last night?
I had a great time. The draft was, well, first of all, we taped it like 8 o'clock in the morning. I can't believe people are up that early in the morning. They're stupid. But it was fun. And Giannis and LeBron played along. It was a great time.
Did you expect anything, to happen after a while with, and I know you guys discussed this, like, the Lakers made it public, sort of embarrassed the Pelicans, and then it felt like they were desperate, and then nothing happens with Anthony Davis. How surprised were you?
Well, I don't think the Lakers embarrassed the Pelicans. I think they embarrassed themselves. I think they humiliated is involved, and I think it's going to be interesting how they're going to repair those relationships. Dan, you can't, look at all the guys in your studio. You guys work your behind off. They work their behind off all the time. If you said, hey, guys, and it goes on for a week, 2-3 weeks, and they said, okay, I didn't trade y'all to the mothership or TNT, come back and work. Your relationship is not going to be the same. I mean, we're dealing with human beings, and I thought the Lakers embarrassed all those young kids, and it was really unfortunate.
Who do you think is running the show? Is LeBron and his agency, or is Magic in control and Rob Pelinka?
Oh, LeBron's running it totally.
Okay.
I mean, I got nothing but respect for Magic, but if LeBron's agent works, I said it 3 months ago. Whenever he signed, I actually got a text. I said, he's going to the Lakers. And what's really funny about it, I got a text from Rich Paul, who I like a lot and respect. I was on ESPN. I said, the fix is in. He's going to the Lakers. This is before all this stuff really happened. I said, dude, and he says, the fix is in. I said, Rich, I got respect for you, but the fix is in. He's going to the Lakers. And then they go to 3 other teams. Those other 3 teams don't have anything that Anthony Davis wants. They made it look good for a day because he came out early and said, I'll only go to the Lakers. And I think they got some harsh feedback. Then they put out there 3 teams that don't have anything to trade for them. So, listen, it's unfortunate in my opinion, but he's going to the Lakers at some point.
Would you have made that deal if you're New Orleans to take those players from the Lakers and those draft picks?
I probably would have made the deal, but the simple fact is, everybody says he's going to get better offers next summer. I don't believe that. Because if I can't get Anthony Davis to sign a long-term extension, I'm not going to make the trade. And the problem with the Boston Celtics, they don't even know if Kyrie going to stay. So they can't – imagine if they trade Jaylen Brown and Tatum and anybody else they have to do in the deal, and Kyrie leaves, they'd be back at the bottom of the pile with just one great player and a bunch of role players. So I probably would have made the deal if I was New Orleans. Because you got a bunch of good young players. They're cheap right now. But it's only probably those are the only 2 teams I think got a chance to get Anthony.
But I'm also trying to look at this now and what can happen after this. Because if Anthony Davis is a wonderful talent, but he hasn't won anything. And
if he ever had a good team, though, it's a team game.
Yeah, but
I said before the season, he's the second best player in the world, in my opinion. But the teams are stacked against him now.
You think he's better than Durant?
I think he's in the conversation.
Yeah.
I think, it's either heads or tails, depending on what you want. He's right there with KD as far as being the second best player in the world, right after LeBron. And let me rephrase that. Don't forget Giannis, because Giannis might have passed everybody. To be honest with you, if I had an MVP vote, I would vote for Giannis. James is playing great, but Giannis is what he's doing. But let me tell you something. I think it's a debate now. Giannis might be the best player in the world.
The Kevin Durant situation is always fascinating. I mean, just the media and his relationship and what's going on with Golden State, and is he helping matters or making it worse with this approach?
Well, he's number one, making it worse. But I tell you what's going to be fascinating if he goes to New York. I don't think KD can make it in New York from he's a great player, but then you know how New York is. He's only been in Oklahoma City and San Francisco. That's like going to that's like a little puff bunny, but I think it would be fascinating for a guy like him who's really, really sensitive going to New York. But they don't play in New York. I tell people, when you go to New York, they talk about your family and they mean it. They might say bad things about you. They might say bad things about you in Oklahoma City, San Francisco, Houston, Dallas, but in New York, Philly, and Boston, when they talk about your family, they really mean it.
By the way, ran into Darius Rucker last night, and he told us about going to Vegas with you for the De La Hoya fight in the 90s, and you had rented the penthouse suite?
I didn't rent it. I stayed there.
Oh.
I always have a good suite, Dan. I had a good suite last weekend when I went. I've been 21 straight years for the Super Bowl. I have a good room, Dan.
Wait, what happened with your Super Bowl bet this year?
Well,
come on. How many years in a row?
No, I won last year.
All right.
No, but I actually thought the Rams were going to win the game. Right. I was wrong.
Okay.
I bet against the great. Hey, listen, let me tell you something, too. Bill Belichick, he's already the greatest coach ever. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if you had this debate. Tom Brady might, and I've never seen this before, he might have passed Michael Jordan as the greatest athlete of all time, in my opinion. To go to 9 Super Bowls, and I've never compared, Roger Federer, Wayne Gretzky, they're in the conversation right below Michael, but after getting to 9 Super Bowls and winning 6 and losing 3 on probably 3 of the greatest performances ever, I think Tom Brady, to me, might be the greatest athlete of all time.
Yeah, we've had that discussion here recently because, we love to put things in context of where does he stand? But Mike did take off 2 years to play baseball, Charles, so he probably would have had 8.
But it's a lot easier to win in the NBA than it is when you're in a one-and-done scenario. Think of that. That's why I'm going to give Tom the edge. When you lose one game, Micah has the luxury of losing 1 or 2, 3 games. But to be in a one-and-done scenario and get to 9 world championships, win 6, like I say, I never even thought about anybody that could pass Michael. But I got to say, Tom Brady, in my opinion, might have passed Michael.
Here's the problem.
I'm telling you.
But people have a problem with this, Charles, when they go, greatest athlete, but he's not a great athlete. He's got the best resume, because they'll say, well, what kind of athlete is Tom Brady? So we get caught up in how athletic you are. He's not Michael Vick, but, I think.
Listen, the resume is what we're judging everybody by, right?
Yeah, but I think when we say the greatest football player of all time, somebody wants to say Lawrence Taylor or Jerry Rice or Jim Brown because they have athletic achievement and they.
Those guys haven't been to 9 Super Bowls.
I know.
Those guys you mentioned, I think they won 2 Super Bowls, maybe 3. But to get to 9 Super Bowls, because then one and done. That's what the caveat is to me. He has to be in a one-and-done scenario. Like in the NBA, Michael, Kobe, LeBron, guys like that, they have a decided advantage in a 7-game series. They can dominate 4 games, or they can lose 2 or 3 games. To get to 9 Super Bowls where it's a one-and-done scenario, I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And like I say, Bill's already the greatest coach up there with Geno, Nick Saban, Pat Summitt, Phil Jackson, Popovich, and those guys. I mean, but for a guy to get to 9 Super Bowls in a one-and-done scenario is crazy.
We're at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Have you played in this event?
No, it's always during the season.
Oh, okay.
I never got to play it. It'd be fun this year. First of all, I'd probably win it because my golf game is smoking right now.
Hey, it's great to talk to you on short notice, and safe travels there, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
All right, man. I'm in Philadelphia. We're retiring Moses Malone's landed. We're retiring Moses Malone jersey, the greatest influence in my life other than my grandmother. Can't wait to be there tonight.
That's awesome. Thank you, Charles. That's the great Charles Barkley joining us.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.